Hello everybody, welcome to the KBC vlog, and today we are in Genesis. So we're in Genesis 5 verses 18 to 27 initially. The title of today's reading, we're going to be reading from Between the Lines in the Old Testament, and it's day 28, and the title is Methuselah. So some of you will be familiar with the name Methuselah, and we're going to have a look at that today. So I'm going to read from the book, and then I'm going to share something that I found quite interesting around Methuselah and the genealogy, which is found in Genesis 5, Noah's genealogy, namely. So let's start with the reading. Do excuse me, I've got a cold as well. So if somebody calls you Methuselah, it's probably not a compliment. He was 969 years old when he died, the oldest man in the Bible. If he was around today, Methuselah would be interviewed by all the glossy magazines and would be asking him the secrets to his longevity. He could release a best-selling cookbook, The Methuselah Diet, guaranteed to get you living well into your 800s. And today there is a Methuselah Foundation, and their wiki page says, Methuselah Foundation is a non-profit organisation dedicated to extending the healthy human lifespan by advancing tissue engineering and regenerative medicine therapies. A mouthful that. So the Methuselah Foundation offer cash prizes to researchers who can break records in mouse longevity. Through various techniques, scientists have been able to extend a mouse's life expectancy, in some circumstances, up to 5 times the average. And that's quite impressive. So in human years, that would be like us living to about 400. Okay, so then there's the cryonics. So some people, or sometimes just their heads, are frozen after death and stored at 196 degrees below freezing. I'm pretty sure Walt Disney's one of them. Don't quote me on that though. We don't have the technology to thaw and revive them, not yet, thankfully, but the hope is that in the future we will. Currently there are 250 people preserved like this, and a further 1,000 who have signed up to join them. Well, that's something I'm interested in. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So what do we think? Is there a way to cheat death? Well, actually, Methuselah does not show the way to do it. Methuselah is just an extension of this kind of life. As we saw with the cherubim, God is not committed to preserving this kind of life. But in Genesis 5, we learn a genuine, lasting answer to death. So if you were to interview anyone in this family tree to learn the secrets of longevity, it would not be Methuselah. Really, you should ask his dad. So when Methuselah was a sprightly 300 years old and Enoch was 365, this happened. And this is from Genesis 5 verse 24. Enoch walked faithfully with God. Then he was no more, because God took him away. So Enoch didn't die, he was just transmuted up into heaven. So Enoch avoids that terrible 3-word condemnation that we thought about yesterday. Well, it's what the book says, but I don't know if it was yesterday. Everyone else's entry ended and he died. So everybody before Enoch was, and he died, as you'll know from reading the Old Testament, not Enoch. So why? Enoch walked with God and God took him. This is the answer to death, walking with God. So then here's a riddle. What is older than Methuselah? Well, in the Bible there is something older than Methuselah. It's the answer to death, which his dad discovered, and that is to walk with God. This isn't a run or a sprint. It's not a climb or a dive. It's not a standstill either. In both the Old and New Testaments, the Bible describes our relationship with God as a walk. So this means a companionable journey, shoulder to shoulder, with God who made us, the same God who walked with Adam and Eve in the garden. The same God who walked with Noah in Genesis 6, and the same God who walked among us as man and defeated death on our behalf in the person of Jesus Christ. So walk with Christ and he will walk with you through death. Excuse me. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die. And that's from the New Testament, John 11:25-26. So I'll just share with you something that I found extremely interesting, and this is taken from the genealogy of Noah, which is in Genesis 5, which is what we've just been reading. We didn't cover the genealogy. However, I saw a study on this, and quite a well-known theologian was saying about the translation of the names. So although it looks like just a list of ordinary names, so we've got Adam, followed by Seth, followed by Enosh, followed by Canaan, followed by Mahalalel, followed by Jared, then Enoch, then Methuselah, then Lamech, and then Noah. So in that order, if we translate those names from the ancient Hebrew and their meaning, because obviously in Hebrew every letter and word has a meaning as well, we can translate to Adam to man, and then in brackets is, and then Seth becomes appointed, Enosh is mortal, and Canaan is sorrow. Mahalalel is the blessed God. He's probably got the best name. Jared is translated to shall come down. Enoch is translated to teaching. Methuselah is his death shall bring. Lamech is translated to the despairing. And then Noah, as some of you may know, is the meaning for comfort or rest. So if we put that together, so the genealogy reads in the translation, man is appointed mortal sorrow, but the blessed God shall come down, teaching, his death shall bring the despairing comfort or rest. How amazing is that? Coded into the genealogy in Genesis 5 is the gospel message of Jesus. I just found that incredible, personally, that is in there with the ancient Hebrew language. So hopefully that has been helpful, and look forward to seeing you all on the next one. God bless.